So we're outside hanging out by the pool. I don't feel like moving, and Kim was bored, ready to do something, so we came outside to the pool. But there were a couple questions that I have gotten over the last however many hours since I posted that last video about what's been going on with me. But just to answer a couple questions real quick, because more than one person seems to be asking the same questions. But the type of cancer that I have is estrogen and progesterone positive, HER2 negative breast cancer. I found out early, thank goodness. I do not have to do any radiation as of right now because of the surgery that I have decided to go with. If I would have decided on a lumpectomy, I would have had to do mandatory radiation. I think it was 12, 16 weeks, something like that. Help with what? I am choosing to do a mastectomy, a double mastectomy, actually. And with that, I don't have to do any radiation. As of right now, my lymph nodes are good. But when they do the mastectomy, they are going to sample my lymph nodes and send them off for testing. And at that time, if they are still cancer-free, then there is no chemo. If there are cancer cells in my lymph nodes, then I would do a small round of chemo at the end. But as of right now, we're just doing surgery. And the other question is, how do I feel? How have I been feeling? Other than just being really fatigued, I'm all right. I have some tenderness in my breast, but nothing crazy. I'm just probably lazy too. I just don't feel like doing anything. I want to get off work and lay down. I want to get up and eat and then lay down. I want to make sure Cam is straight and then lay down. So yeah, I'm tired. I feel like I don't really have a whole lot of energy. Other than that, I'm all right. The other question I got from a couple people was why or did I keep it a secret and what made me want to share. So it was never really a secret. It was me finding out what was going on and then me processing what was going on. The people who needed to know knew immediately, and I told everybody else when I was ready for the conversation, when I was ready to be able to answer questions. There's still a lot that I really don't know, but as I'm going through my journey, of course, I'm finding things out and I'm open to share. I'm an open book about this. Same with Cam. Any questions about Cam? I don't mind people asking me questions. I just don't always have the answer because this is my first time going through any of this. So you can ask me questions. More times than not, my answer will probably be, I don't know, because I don't know yet. But as I find things out, I'll tell you. As I process things and am comfortable with what's going on is usually when I am ready to share. But I'm an open book. You can ask me whatever. And I guess the last question that I'll answer today, people ask, how did I find out? So about the cancer, not about Cam. So I found out about the cancer from getting my first mammogram. During the mammogram, I guess it was reading abnormal. And so I had to do a follow-up ultrasound. And when I did the ultrasound, that's when they confirmed that there were masses, but they still didn't confirm that they were cancerous, that the masses were cancerous. They said that they looked cancerous, but they couldn't confirm or deny at that point. So then they scheduled me for 2 different biopsies, different types of biopsies. So after the first biopsy, they pretty much knew what type of cancer it was. And then a week later, I had another biopsy, and that pretty much confirmed what they found on the first biopsy. So that's how I found out. I never felt any of the masses. Even still now, after I found out, I asked the doctor to show me so I could feel it. And the masses were, I guess, so far behind some of my breast tissue that it wasn't very obvious to feel. Like you weren't going to touch it and say, oh, there's a knot or there's a mass. So I didn't feel it, but I was not down in the bed sick. There were no other indications that I had anything going on other than what showed on the mammogram and the ultrasound. So I hope that answers your question. If it didn't, let me know and I'll try to answer it differently, but that's how I found out.